Welcome to Blue Heron Hill. I'm Sue, and today I'm planting sweet potatoes, one of the crops that is most exciting in my garden. These things grow beautifully. They have lush foliage, and all season long you just wonder what's going on under that soil. Well, now is the start of the journey. Well, at least a continuation of the journey, because this started many months ago in about, I think, January or February, where I started propagating slips. And if you recall, and I will put a link in the upper corner for my earlier videos, we propagated slips from whole sweet potatoes, and then we took the sweet potato slips and you put them in water and you got a healthy dose of roots. Also, what I did is some of them, the ones that I propagated very early on, I decided to plant in pots already, so their roots started to acclimate. I'm hoping that these will not have too much of a transplant shock like these that have been in water. These are water roots, so they don't adapt as easily to soil as roots that have already been in soil. But these were my later batch, and they just have roots, and I didn't have time to put them in soil. But I have 4 large containers with, I think, about 3 in each container. And they are going to go into an individual raised bed here and on back there. I have 5 here in the front of this garden, and upwards this way I have 4 more, oh no, make that 5 more bins. If you followed me in the past, you know that I've had ups and downs with growing sweet potatoes. A lot of ups, good crops, but the downs were not because of what I did in growing them, is I had a pest problem, namely voles. And I know a lot of people have problems with voles. Voles are vegetarians and they just love root vegetables. So my solution was these tubs here and on down there. These are, I think, these are about 35-gallon tubs. And I fill them with soil and last year's soil, the previous year's soil, and additional compost to bring them up to a good nutrient level. So they are all set to go. Last night I watered them heavily, soaked them almost, so they are nice and moist, because they've been sitting here since last fall with no moisture except for, you know, the snow in the winter, and I have not done anything to them except add compost and more soil to them. But they were dry as a bone last night, so I gave them huge doses of water, and this soil is wonderful right now. So it's really good, it's firm, it's not too clumpy, it's not too wet. Let's get started. I'm going to show you some different varieties. I have a few new varieties that I'm going to try this year, and let's get planting sweet potatoes. Here's my first planting, and this has 3 plants in it. So I'm going to space them out. Yes. Nice roots system here. I'm going to break them apart ever so gently because I do want to space them. So You can plant them deep if you wish, because they will form roots along their stem. If you've planted sweet potatoes before, you actually will see that if the stem hits the ground, it will start rooting in your bed. Some of these have luscious foliage on it already. So I'm hoping that they will have a head start. Now this variety is from a supermarket sweet potato. So I don't really know what it is. So I'm just going to call it a market sweet potato. That's going to help me keep track of especially the new varieties that I have in the garden this year. All right, on to the next one. Here's another one. Again, it's another market variety, so I don't really know the variety. I only have one in here. One did not make it. And then there's two in here, so I will divide them up. Nice, healthy root structure here. There's so much branching on all of this stem, which is a very good sign. I have done this planting them in pots a couple times. And if I can get enough slips early on, I think this is my preferred method. Gives them a little head start, a little jump. Our soils don't warm up all that quickly here in the Northeast. So to be able to get them off to a great start. You know, I think this particular one is a purple potato, because if you can see that root, I don't know if you can see that root, it's purple. So that's a clue that this one, plant that one here, might be a purple potato. Oh, that's cool. So that's a clue that it might be a purple potato, which is exciting. I have grown purple potatoes in the past, so that very likely could be. All right. So I'm going to mark that one accordingly, that is a purple potato. These other ones I'm still calling market sweet potatoes. All right, here is another one that I'll be calling market. And there are 3 in here. So I'm going to be planting these, and I'll go on down the line. And then when I get to my new varieties, I'll come back. Finished planting those market varieties that I had there, and also I had some Beauregards, which I have grown in the past, and they're very popular eating sweet potato. I wanted to show you these slips that I got. These are called Georgia Jet. I know nothing of these. If you have, let me know. How do you like them? Did they grow well for you? Just a kind of an experiment, just a sampling of the different ones that are out there. And also I have one that's called Covington. So new to me, but if they are prolific and if they do store well, which it indicates that they do, I will be very pleased. So I have 12 slips of each variety. I have 5 bins. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then one right over my shoulder over here. So they're going to be tight in here, but that's okay. We'll see how they go. I'll make sure they get fertilized well. With all root vegetables, you want something that is a little higher in phosphorus. That's that middle number. That develops root systems, and that's what you need for a root vegetable. So I will make sure that they are supplied with a water-soluble type of fertilizer that these plants can access. I have my work cut out for me. I want to get this. The sun is rising very high in the sky. Don't want my camera to overheat, so I want to get going on this. So, see you when I'm done. Sweet potatoes are all planted. Hooray! All I have to do is sit back and watch them grow, right? Not really. Those slips have what I like to call water roots. They've been growing in water for months now, and they have to transition over to a stronger root that knows how to uptake the moisture from the soil. So it's important to keep these well watered. I gave them a real deep watering just now, and I'll probably water them maybe twice again today, and then for the next week, at least twice a week. This will help them establish the roots that they need to grow into this soil and be able to uptake all the nutrients that the soil provides that they haven't been able to uptake in just a glass of water. So my work is not yet done, not quite ready for harvest time yet. So, but with sweet potatoes done, I'll be on to the next project. Thanks for following along with me on this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know what kind of sweet potatoes you're growing this year. Maybe I'll try a new variety again next year. I do have those 2 new varieties, Georgia Jet and Covington, this year. I'm very excited to try those out and see if they're a good tasting one, if they store long term. So be sure to follow along with me for more sweet potato videos. So the subscribe, like, and comment, all of those. Click that notification bell for the next video that'll be coming up probably pretty soon. So the next time that we can go digging in the dirt, happy gardening. Bye.